Hello everybody, this is going to be everything you need to know on Warframe, starting from beginning to end, simple to complex, as well as how the evolution of the game went. I'll try to keep things as fast and simple as possible. For starters, I'm going to go and I'm not using any mod configurations. We're going to work our way up to that. I'm going to explain basically how damage and stuff works in this game. Because even though you know how damage works in other video games, there's a few things on Warframe that a lot of people overlook. Now, in Warframe, the most important damage dealer, the most important fragment is the Warframe you pick. This determines whether Steel Path is easy or difficult for the most part. Weapons usually do a lot more damage, but that's only because at best it's because they're complemented by the Warframe. The Warframe decides what's victory and what's not. So I'm going to use basic Warframes, no mods, no nothing. These are primed versions, but I'm going to show, well, how it works. Let me see. Start with Dread. That's going to hurt a little bit, but oh well. I ain't got anything on it. At the most. Perfect. And hate. Actually, let me switch to a sword. Most of you probably start with a sword or bow staff. Even though this ain't the traditional bow, it still counts as a bow staff. Now, excuse me, I gotta make my Saren weaker. Type in ability, and then R for ability range, and all the ability range comes up here. I'll take this one, which is maximum duration for minimum range. Don't worry about the mods. I'm doing this to make the Warframe weaker, if anything else. Make it so I do less strength. It counteracts each other, but they'll make sure in the end. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see, not that way. Alright, so this Saren's first ability is an infinite scaling ability. So once this person's affected, it does like 4 to 3 damage per tick. It's showing zeros because it's in its overguarded defensive state. Let me swap this out real quickly. It's something that you guys are more familiar with. The near troops, usually the first one that everyone gets jumped into now. Remember when I jumped into Warframe, they didn't have a storyline. Alright, so these are the basic Ganir that we're going to be running into. Checking the stat, it does its 3 ticks. It affects everybody else here, and these people, even though they're only taking 0 damage, they're basically here to die. Once they're affected with this ability, it does not go away until they die. This is an infinite stat, infinite damage scaling ability. It's showing zeros because I guess I have like negative damage. I actually wasn't expecting that. So let's do something else. Switch to our Saren that does damage. But it's probably because of this, the aura mod. Ah, that's why. I think it would be that weak. Giving them health. You learn something new every day. Alright, now let's try it this way. Alright. So this level 170 Juggernaut, fully guarded. Yes. Looking at pot. Takes a little bit of damage per time. Now if I shoot him with a status weapon, nope, I'm going to shoot the pox area up there. Or I can activate my abilities, then shoot him. Then it spreads to everybody else. Now this is going to just constantly build up until eventually it gets strong enough to kill him. And as it spreads, I just keep spreading it to everyone else that comes in here. As long as I can survive and I don't go down, these guys are dead. Their days are just numbered now. Everything I do from here on out is just going to speed up how quickly it takes for them to die. So, this Warframe ability is designed to board wipe. It's going slow because these are just juggernaut bosses. Switch to another faction, another Warframe. The first one is basically Warframe abilities that guarantee death. That's one example. The other one example that you can use for victories, so to get easier, is Warframe abilities that increase with level. So as you see, it's going up still. Eventually they're going to die, so let's refresh the board. Change a few things. The next ability I'm going to look at are ones that are leveled abilities that change according to like your opponent's level. Let me see if I can find one. Here we go, Octavia. Well, I hope that doesn't show up in the chat. No, my luck, it probably did in the video. So, I put invincibility on because I need them to aggro onto me, but I don't need to be one-shotted for this one here. So I'm going to unpause AI. They're going to aggro onto me. Stop that ability. And just power squad till I'm invisible. So now they're going to attack that ability to absorb their damage and send it back at us. Stand it. Now it's even further. Now anything that goes into that ability is going to take their own damage back at us. This ability will only get stronger whether they're level 1 or level 170. It's a scaling ability. Another version of this would be Zaku. I did Octavia because, well, juggernauts don't have guns. So let me go over and read those abilities real quickly. So Saren, where are we? If you read her abilities, the first ability is the one that added pox. Go over here. Yeah, I'm going to fix that. Corrosive spores to nearby enemies that destroying them or killing their hosts. The longer the spores end, the more damage will increase. There's no time limit on it, so it just infinitely stacks. And it can always recover 3 health for each enemy that is damaged or affected by toxic status effect. Which I might end up removing that one because her toxin ability doesn't work. So when it comes to finding Warframes, it's best to look at their abilities and find out which ones are permanent and which ones affect. That's not one of her abilities. That's not one of her abilities. Is it? Is that Molt? Nope, that's Nourish. Looks like I got rid of Molt for Nourish and that. But we'll talk about changing abilities for a different day. There are plenty of Warframes. I'd say the earliest one to get to, plenty of Warframes that have like infinite scaling and level scaling damage abilities. I'd say the earliest one to get to would be Nyx. Start off with Ganir again. No, that's Narmar. There they are. This ability is the dedication of the good guard damage. Activate the game. And it's hit with own ability. The next ability scales up. And mind control. Makes everybody attack each other. So once again, it doesn't matter what level they are, they kill each other for me. See how many have died. 5 have died since then. So let's kill the rest, remove them. Let's see. Look for exterminists. Here we go. So now I want to get on to another feature. So these are damage scaling abilities. Saren, which is the damage scale, increases infinitely so long as you keep the proc set up. Octavia, Zaku, and Nyx, which damage scales with the opponent's level or your enemy's level. Another thing to note is that while they have this overguard above their life, you can't really steal from their... You can't really steal, your powers won't work on them. You can't steal from their abilities, they're immune to most of your abilities. So, to fix that, you gotta get rid of the overguard. The best way to get rid of overguard is with this mod here. Actually, a better Warframe to explain how overguard works would be Inaros. Where is he? No, Nidus, not Inaros. This kitty has no one to touch while they have overguard. If I strip them of their overguard, they can now be attacked by it. Those ones. Oh, you can go to Narmar. They do the same. I got the aero troops. Oh, it doesn't matter. The aero troops will still be affected by like raw damage. So if you put like certain Warframe's abilities, such as Saren or Octavia, it still procs. But the important thing is when you get your Warframe is to read what their abilities are. Another early Warframe that everybody normally would get would be Frost, and I'm switching to him because he's not the starter frame, but he does have some unique mods that shows how you can last in later games. Let me see. Go one that doesn't have parasitic armor. Here we go. Cleanse this. Eventually, when you play the game, you'll go and get syndicates. Syndicates give you like unique mods just for your particular Warframe. Like this one here will be Icy Avalanche. I'm going to be equipping that one. This one, when you read over the power, it shows what the difference is. Like Icy Avalanche down here at the bottom, Overguard cap, and armor to Overguard conversion. So 20% of my armor is going to go over to my Overguard conversion. Reading the mods helps a lot when it comes to finding what they are, but what you really need is just armor strength. Now you can get mods for early on weapons. You see, perfect. Put that right there. I'm going to show the best weapon combination for early gaming. These two. And I'm about to explain why in literally just a few seconds. It doesn't matter what Warframe you get. These two and this mod combination will keep you alive for ever. I don't really care about that part. What I care about now. Hunter's Adrenaline, you gotta do like a special quest to get that. We're gonna be using Rage instead. And then the other two to actually help, I'm gonna use common mods. Nothing too special or fancy. Flow. And Vitality. I'm gonna be removing this. Okay, let's press a button to remove. I don't want to remove all. So first, let me explain how avalanche works, or armor strip works. Now we see this guy right here. His life is yellow. You want to get just coming out everybody. Life turns red because his armor's been removed. The difference between this would be 2,000 damage, over 2,000 damage, 500 damage. So right here, at least, well, 100 damage, and I think 70. Let's do pre-armor strip. So this guy, level 170, 1,000 damage average. We'll get some energy. I'm completely stripped. Probably overguard. Let's get rid of that. Alright. 3,000, 2,000. About 1,000 average. Actually, better if I just use the bow. 100 damage. 135 bleed. $1,000 damage. Speed of the overguard. 6,000 damage. 10,000 damage. Now for the next one is the melee weapon can also be understood. That's gonna take too long. Let me just go do the cheap way. G-N. There we go. Drugs. Juggernaut. Let's see, can I still stick on the Juggernaut? Yeah, you can. Alright, so when the armor turns red, it's because, like I said, the over armor has been actually stripped very well. This is actually how you get rid of like a lot of high level enemies, because where they barely get any health upgrade, they get a lot of armor upgrade, which reduces the amount of damage they actually receive coming to them. So the next ability you want to look at is for any ability that actually has armor strip, and pretty much a lot of Warframes actually have armor strip. Ash doesn't have armor. He has a shuriken which does armor strip, but he also has bleed which goes through armor. Atlas does a massive amount of damage. Banshee has a critical damage boost. Baruch has status. Each Warframe in here has the ability to be steel path worthy. Dagoth still has the ability to do the most damage in the game, aside from ones that scale upward. Maybe Cyto 9 can compete, but Dagoth has the ability to increase the critical damage, add an additional critical damage multiplier, and strip all armor. Each Warframe has something to either increase the survivability or killing the enemy quicker, faster, and more efficiently. It's up to your choice to decide which one you actually like and what your flavor is. Additionally, the reason why I had this weapon set up for your Warframe, I don't want to be like annihilated on the first shot, so I'm going to get rid of the Juggernauts and put something a little bit squishier. Let's see. Just a non-exterminist one. Take off invincibility. Pick up pause AI. Spawn him. Alright, so you notice the top right corner, my overguard goes away, get a moment of invulnerability. Then I get my shield, get another moment of invulnerability. Alright, I have to take them off. I'm going to take it in time. Right there I have a moment of invulnerability because the overshield, and then my Warframe dies. Or my Drifter dies. Alright, so let's try this again. Did it disable it? No, I got Vitality, I got Flow, I got Rage and Quick Thinking. Maybe they just made it weaker. I'm trying to use the basic beginner mods. Normally, if they change it, that'd be... Let's see if I can do it like maximum, the best mods, real quickly. If they change it, that's gonna be a minor inconvenience. Let's try it again. Alright, so it still works. Back to the spot that you're at. Alright, so let's put that invincibility on. Let's get it off. There we go. If I freeze, I get over armor, or overguard. And I get like a purple shield, which is a moment of invincibility. And if these wears off, they're gonna damage me, my overguard's gonna disappear, and I'm gonna get a moment of invincibility. Put it like overguard does. Then when they damage the purple shield, I get another moment of invincibility. And then they're gonna damage my life after they reload. And as they damage my life, you see that my energy charged up because of the other ability. And here's how the invincibility comes into play. Oh, this weapon doesn't have it. Switch to an earlier weapon. This one have it. Yep, this one has Life Strike. Alright, so this is what Life Strike does. Make sure the weapons out. Take the damage into my life. There you go. I think the air is a little too strong if I actually try Let's try this. Wait till the invincibility wears off. Oh, run. They did. They didn't nerf everything. Maybe the Reaper is just no choice. Come on. Let's see. It's got light strike on. It should actually do. No, this is being too ridiculous. Just the gameplay. One more demonstration. Alright, so there's my shield. That is my life. Still waiting for them to damage my life. It's taking way too long. No, they're not gonna work. At least I'm a little more aggressive. There we go, infection. Even if they can't hit me, they at least have status procs. There we go. There we go, damage. Come on, this is supposed to be steel pad. There's my shield. There's some health. One moment it's nuking me, and the next moment it's not doing anything. I got too much energy. Out of energy. All I got left is shield. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty much how I thought it would go. It's not working at all. I have to rechange the video. Either too squishy or too strong for me to demonstrate what I'm trying to demonstrate. So annoying. You know what? I don't need them to do it. There's always a workaround. There's always a workaround. When you have everything in the game, well, everything you need in the game, there's always a workaround. Alright, so this is Garuda. Garuda has an ability that damages your life. And that's what I want. The next ability, Life Strike. Normally, it's supposed to fully heal you on one hit. Provided there's too much health around here. You do a charge attack. Charge attack is the right thumbstick, right R3, you jump in the air and press down and do it. Entire video so far has been trying to demonstrate that one ability. And it was failing dramatically. And I probably could have demonstrated it better with an arrows. Anyway, back to what I was saying. The Warframe is usually what ends up demonstrating the difference between getting Overguard. That's usually a Warframe ability. Overguard is that third energy bar, that third shield that you see above me that they had to burn through before they got to my shield. Armor Strip, which makes it take true damage, because the way armor works in this game, and this generation does have it easier, because it actually tells you like how much damage is being prevented. Like here it's 51.2% damage reduction. Now it's lagging. Yeah, this is not going to be a good time. I see why people don't do live streams and demonstrations. They always edit videos. Anyway, the video starts off here. It started off earlier, but like basically, like I said, your Warframes do the majority of the damage. Don't let people tell you like how to play your Warframe, because there's plenty of different ways that you can play any Warframe. You can do a tank build of any type. Before Ember was a tank, I used that other version as a tank. I used Saren as a tank. I used Meg as a tank. I used everyone as a tank before they rebuilt them. And the reason why I did it was because I did this combination. Go to configuration C. Or this here's an end game mod you can't really get until later, so I won't use it for this demonstration. Prime Flow is the end game mod, so I won't use that for the demonstration. Alright, so I put the aura mod on here just for an aura mod. Whatever aura mod you got, you can win. This is a mid game mod, so I'll swap it out for this mod. What Rage does is any damage to your life is converted into your energy. What Quick Thinking does is any life that would normally kill, or any damage that would normally kill you, instead stops you from taking damage at 2 and drains it from your energy. What Flow does is give you more energy, and what Vitality does is it gives you like more life. Now, end game version of this would probably look something more like here, because I'm using the end game version. I guess I'm a little too squishy to go back to the old game stuff, but this would carry you up to Steel Path at least, and this would carry you in Steel Path. That should make you tanky for most things by itself. What Adaptation does is you get resistance equal to the damage that's being dealt to you. So let's try this again. Just these mods. Let's see if it works. Unpause AI. Damage, I get resistance. Once I take with my ability and my heavy melee, I regain full health. You want to go a step further, use the Atmos, you shield building with the Overguard. Yeah, this feels like really shield calculation. Not really going to do any damage. I'm going to get a relay from now. Not really good. So that happens, and then pulling my way down. This is like repeat. You guys doing way up there for it. Now I go back to pausing the AI and going over everything else we need to go through. So, that's how the system is supposed to work. It might not carry you through like level 170 steel path like mine did, but until you can actually get like real good stuff or learn how to exploit your Warframe's damage, that will protect you. In the end, all you really need, like I said, is Life Strike, which gives you life and as much damage as you possibly can, because 20% of this is more life than what I have. And I'm hitting more than one enemy at a time with the ground slam ability. It's simple spam, it'll keep you alive. With that said, the next thing to go on to would be, we did armor strip, we did, well, we can go over like what the stats are now. So armor strip, overguard. Let's go how armor works. Let's see, who has like a natural 300 armor? I believe it would be Atlas. Alright, so, well, let's see, let's go to configuration C. He's got 400 armor. Alright, so, whatever your armor value is, plus 300, and divide that is how much damage you protect yourself against. So basically, the armor value at 50% is 300. Anything more than 300 is going to be, you're going to get less and less armor the more you get. You don't really need to go for too much, because it pretty much tells you like how much armor you have in you. Like, so this protects 71% damage. If I put another armor mod on, even though it's double 400, it'll go 75. Put another armor mod on. Nope, the squad companion. Nope, that's the wrong one. Can I put more of these on? It's only 83. So with all these armor mods on, I got 1,000 more armor, and it only went up, I think, like twice. So it's 83% damage reduction. It only went up 20% armor. I got 1,000 more armor, only went up 20%. Now the reason why adaptation works is because that's a second type of armor, which is resistance. Go to other Warframes with other abilities. Let me just switch to, just to get it out of the way, other weapons. Now the first weapon you should get should be a bow. Using forward, as bows have high crit chance and a high crit multiplier. Whenever you want to look at damage, the things you want to look at is these three things: critical chance, critical multiplier, status chance, and then you look at the damage. Now, status doesn't really mean as much as you would think it would mean. It's the chance of a special effect being affected upon the enemy. Let me see, I got a Prism Granaka here, I believe is how you pronounce it. There we go. So the Granaka, whatever, how you pronounce it, Grakakata, whatever. It has a 21% status chance, and you'll see that it's divided equally by all the damage it does, well, just about equally. And the way it goes, the more damage one does, that 21 is going to be divided by what the chances of everything else that's going to receive it. So if I go on status, C for status chance, look for something that does just straight status, status chance goes up, it increases the status value for everything else, but you'll see that impact, which is the highest damage multiplier, has the most status chance. Now if I switch to slash, for instance, let's see, here you go, slash damage. you'll see that now slash has the highest status chance of actually inflicting status upon your enemy. Each damage type has a special effect with a status effect. Temporarily ignores the target's armor to cause them to bleed over time for the exact extra damage. So there's a chance that I can inflict 7.6 damage on them over time. That's how status chance works. Now critical multiply and critical chance is the chances of doing additional damage. Now I can't show it on this weapon because I don't have a formal, but I can show it on the Dread. And I'll go over incarnates while I'm at it. I'll go to critical chance. Go for this one here that has the highest critical chance. 200% critical chance. Is that? Yeah, it's 200%. So my critical goes up to 150. We'll switch to a weapon that doesn't have any critical. Let me see. This eventually has critical, but I'll get to that later. Critical chance on this is 44%. Actually, let me get rid of the exerminus. This one I'm going to worry about like random status effects or whatever. I gotta find all this stuff real quickly. Alright, so yellow means you got a crit, white means no crit. So this does like 20 damage by itself, no crit. Now the bow has a guaranteed crit. Now if I aim for the head, like right up here, it increases my chances of doing weak point damage. The 1 point is just increased crit chance, but now it does weak point damage. Switch to the bow. Everything I do is going to be a critical. It's always going to be yellow for a chance to getting a double critical, which is when it's orange. Aim for the head. Weak point criticals, and it does additional damage. Not citrine, not yet. Critical chance. We're going to go for other weapons that have critical chance. I'm going to go for this scope because let me grab this one. This is a 130% critical chance when aiming on headshot. So I'm going to put this up here and you realize nothing changed for the stats down here. But when I hit the head, it should have been a red crit. There we go. The red crits are basically a more damaged version of, well, it's more damage. Actually, I think they explain it now. In the, do they? Let's see. Nope, wrong one. Critical chance. Yeah, they do right there. If you go over 200 chance, it has a chance of becoming a red critical. Let's see. Now, for the most part, you can't put two of the same type of critical mod on, but you can go around with it. Like here's weak point damage plus 280% weak point critical chance. So I can put that on now. So now if I hit the head, it's almost guaranteed crit, and it does more damage. 9,000 opposed to 398. Critical damage. Now here's we're gonna change this. It says 3 times damage on critical damage. If I put this up here, it's now 6 times damage. You don't belong up there, but you're going up there. 8.9 times damage. Let me see, hammer shot, vital sense, and already got critical delay. Become invisible for 5 seconds when you strike at 3 or more enemies. It doesn't matter right now, because this person, I'm not going to be able to strike 3 or more enemies with this area. Now 100% chance of doing my critical multiplier, which is 8 now. Look for headshot or higher. What was this one? This one removes the chances of getting multi-shot though. We'll take that away. Put this one up, which is multi-shot. Let me see. Eventually you will get like the galvanized stuff. And I believe this is also like end game mod that you get from the last part. But right now we're going to just do what we can to increase multi-shot. So now we shoot 2 arrows at a time. It's not focused on critical weak point. Now, with mods like this, it looks like it's a weaker version of, what is it? It is a weaker version of the original chamber. You can only have one at a time, so it's like 1.9 versus 1.8. But the difference is you get 3% multi-shot for 20 seconds, stacks up to 5 times, so it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. That's 150 multi-shot. Plus the 80%. As long as I'm getting kills, this gets stronger. That's why people usually focus on the galvanized parts. Let's go back to critical damage. Now, since you can't have multi-shot, I have all the critical chance mods up here. The only thing I have to do is to increase the amount of damage that the mod does. You want to do damage later because all this does is basically do plus 1 point or times 2.5 damage, where the critical multiplier is times 8 damage. You want to go critical before you do damage. Let's see, critical. See if I can swap this out. So, no, it's going to be in the wrong spot no matter what. Now the next one to go into would be status. Oh, while I'm here, let me explain how level works. This is a level 4 weapon, right? I did not put a potato on it or catalyst on it, but I have 28 slots because I am a level 28 player. So everything I get is at level 28. And if it does have a potato on it, let me see if my Cougar weapon down here, like this was level 17. I get the full 56 from 28 times 2 added on there. But this is the best weapon to actually show status effects. Status chance. I don't want any other additional damage on here but status chance. Fire R for fire rates. Let's see. My goal for this weapon is to put as much status on as possible. has a 60% chance of having nothing but cold damage per shot, but it shoots 28 shots per second. Fire rate also works for critical too, but it's really good for starters, because now the person's frozen in the spot. See if it works on the Exterminus. Nope. Really good. While Exterminus has the overguard on, they're immune to status effects. But there is one status effect I believe that helps a lot with that. So now that I put magnetic on, the status has been divided. So it's no longer 66% cold, it's divided by which one ever has the most damage in it. Now they say that magnetic is supposed to drain shields, or drain overdrive, but I don't see it at all. So, the fastest way to drain overguard is, and I owe this one to Reaper for showing it to me. It's this arcane right here. But I'm going to remove it. I thought it would be higher. Alright, so secondary fortifier. Without the secondary fortifier, there we go. Aim at the head.
Good, I say.
Time to just siphon it off and put it in the armor. Perfect way to steal overguard from people. Now there's only one weapon I have that can best show off like what status can do. And I call it the friendship hammer. The friendship hammer. Where is it? It's the friendship hammer. There it is. The reason for it is because it has all the statuses. Well, let me go back to it. Now, so the friendship hammer, or the stat smack, has magnetic, radiation, corrosive, blast, puncture, impact, and slash. Now, because it's slash does 14 damage and puncture does 28 damage, they have the smallest chance of actually affecting anybody, with a 1.3 and a 2.5% chance of affecting, but it has still all the status effects on there. This one here was literally made just a joke to see how many statuses I can put on there. I can probably swap it around for another one, but I like to have viral on my Atomos. But let's go a little bit more on what these do. With magnetic, it basically combines cold and electricity. Every status here will tell you like what it personally does. I preferably favor radiation damage over the other ones, and I'll go back to my other weapon to basically show how these damages affect everything. The reason why I call this one the friendship hammer, it's the best living mod setup. Cool, I get to put you guys on there. Is because of this weapon here. Fatal strikes with this weapon perform a codec scan. Enemies killed have attacks or recompose as well, whatever. It basically makes friends. I don't want to leave. I'm here to kill. Oh, I also forgot the most important part about this. This is 80% melee damage per status type affecting the target. And believe it or not, the best Warframe to do this with isn't Citrine, it's actually Varuna. But you can do it with Citrine, you can do it with Kumi. Any Warframe that does status damage, you can actually do this with. You can do it with Kuroma, you can do it with Site 09, you can do this with Baruch. I think you could do a little bit with Ash because he does slash. You can do it with Dagoth because he has his own status effect. Slash with him, slash with her and him. Burn with her. Freeze. Slash and another status effect, slash, burn, slash, blast. No, burn, blast, and freeze. Viral, gas, corrosive, burn, magnetic. Almost any Warframe you can actually stack this on, whether you're comfortable with. It's just about like whether you're comfortable with playing with that Warframe. The reason why I say Varuna is the best one is because of one of her abilities. Let's see, this one has cold and magnetic, so this one actually should have gas. So let me remove all of these. All I gotta do is type in the status effect you're looking for, and here we have it. We have fire and infected clip. And now we have gas, and we have more gas than we do cold, so it's going to give more status chance to the gas than the other one. Go to status chance. Get the mods that have the highest, they increase the status chance. Type in gas again. You have a 90% chance of inflicting gas on your opponent. Switch to this one here, which does this one do viral or is it the other one? Oh, what's the other one? This one does viral. I like viral because it does 325 damage multiplier with it. But it's all about whether you can get those stacks up or not. The reason why Varuna is the best one to start off with. Is that what it is? No, it's that one.
Stop!
That's what Varuna is. That one ability which gives maximum stacks. Let's do this right. G. Alright, so first we'll start off with six gas and that target the stuff that hit the shell. Look at this Juggernauts. It's always fun to practice the high big damage numbers on because they tank, but it's terrible for everything else. This is going to put the gas status on it, but it's not really going to show up. Is it showing up? It is. And ice on them. Instantly within the stats. Same with this weapon here. And it puts the viral on it. And even though I think it does less damage, no, it does more because it has crit. It goes through. The hammer by itself only does, how much is that? 1,400 damage. But it quickly scales up to status effect. Now, I don't care what anyone says in this game, the first thing that comes when it comes to leveling up is your Warframe is your #1 damage dealer, which controls what happens in weapon. The second one is the melee weapon. Then it goes primary and secondary. Let's see, there's a shotgun here I can use to actually best justify what I can do. There it is. There's a ruler. But I do need a juggernaut on the field. Put 4 on there. Nope. No, he doesn't take them. Friendship. Now for the final hit. Alright, so melee is overpowered in the game for the sole purpose that you can actually block any attack that's coming into you. The videos, the short clips I had of me just sitting there surviving while I was trying to take damage without dying, and failing at both, earlier proves that if your melee weapon's out, you'll automatically deflect a lot of bullets that are coming towards you. Let's see. Status are like effects. Like blast does damage over time, corrosive removes armor, radiation is actually my favorite status. I wanted to show how that one works before I switch to this weapon here to go to the combo multiplier. But let me show you what the combo multiplier is. So, you see right there, bottom right above my powers is the times 4. The shotgun I have basically increases, it counts as melee hit. Normally do 1,200, maybe 1,500 of hitting a target. If I do the charge hit, that damage goes up. Is the maximum. This should be a heavy charge attack there. It goes back out. So, whatever your damage multiplier is, times it by 12, times it by your crit, then times it by how many, 70% of how many statuses you got affected upon your target. It's a melee game. I can't stress that enough. All this other stuff here is basically there to one way or another assist you in dealing melee out. see. I wanted to show off radiation. Why radiation is my favorite. Radiation is, remove this one. Not that one. Wrong selection. Go down here. That back up. Here, remove infected clips. Electricity. Radiation. Nope. The radiation does is basically the same effect as this does. It causes them to fight amongst themselves. All the status types and all the status damage have status effects, and the effects itself, or they may not kill the enemy, but they create conditions where they'll actually like fight amongst themselves, or do damage over time, or it aids in the battle a lot. See, this is taking a lot longer. I have to redo this and do it the proper way.